Hi everyone, Asana here, and today I bring to you week 3, so my third game of the LCPL tournament. This time I'm playing SMLC, which is my favorite tier, and I'm playing against LilyAC, who is a really good player, very consistent in the Little Cup, and also a really cool person. So I'm really excited for this game. Against Lily, what I wanted to build around is wondering what Lily could do to try to take advantage of me not using Fungus at all. I'm making the conscious decision of not using Fungus at all in SM. So I was just wondering how she would take advantage of that. I brought a Ferrospritz team, with a Ghastly. So my Spritzy is actually not the usual Spritzy. It's a Nasty Plot Trick Room Spritzy. So I was hoping that on this structure it would surprise them. It would be able to surprise Lily and hopefully beat a Fungus, which I had expected, but unfortunately is not here. Yeah, to compensate for this not being a normal Spritzy, I have Volibee and Ghastly, which are like secondary fighting type checks, and yeah, with an Onyx for the main Volibee check instead of Spritzy. So on the opposite side I see a very similar team with 4 mounts out of 6 being the same. Unfortunately I see a Staryu. The main weakness of this team is actually Staryu, because there's no Pokemon that's over 18 speed, being a Ghastly, and Staryu is really hard to deal with, especially if it has HP Fire, Hidden Power Fire, to deal with the Ferroseed. So that's a bad matchup for this team with Staryu. Nevertheless, I'll just jump right into it. Also, this Volibee could be or could not be Z. We'll see in the game. My Volibee is a special defensive set. Alright, so we take some time for the lead here, and she leads Staryu when I lead Onyx. So I only let Onyx, predicting the Volibee lead, if that was Z. This looked like a Violet Staryu, honestly, but unfortunately she leads Staryu, which is really bad, because I should have thought about this while leading, choosing what to lead. But yeah, I should have definitely led something that was good against Staryu, like Timber, or maybe Spritzy if I'm scared of the Volibee. But leading Onyx just really invites Staryu in, and it's really not easy for me to deal with this. So my plan to deal with this was actually go to Ferroseed first, because Ice Beam is really free here, because I don't have an Ice Resist. So Ice Beam is really free, and if she has HP Fire, she's probably going to click it after the Ice Beam. So my plan was just go to Ferroseed, scout for the Ice Beam, and then go straight to Volibee, the special defensive set, which survives the which can take the HP Fire very comfortably. So that was the plan. Unfortunately, I go Ferroseed, and she goes straight for the HP Fire, and now my Ferroseed is really low from turn 1. That is really bad. So now, now I have a choice again. Ferroseed is almost dead. Do I sack the Ferroseed, or do I just save it for later? Here, actually, a Hidden Power, Hydro Pump does not kill. Ice Beam doesn't kill either, so it does like 5 damage. So the only way to kill this is with another HP Fire. So I kind of predict that. I go to Timber, predicting the HP Fire. And now, considering that she didn't use Ice Beam, I was wondering, like, maybe this is a Z, but like Psychium Z or something. So I wanted to scout for that. So like, instead of risking the Timber, I just went back to my Ferroseed, which is almost dead anyways, which turned out to be a good play, because now she reveals to be Twinkle Tackle, so Z Fairy, Z Dazzling Gleam on Staryu, which is less seen than Icium or Psychium, I believe, but it's still very good. And that actually makes sense, because I don't use Fungus, so she doesn't need to hit Fungus with Icium or Psychium for the Staryu to be good. So there she goes for the Thunderbolt, and her revealing Thunderbolt means that she didn't have Ice Beam to begin with at all, no ice coverage, which is really unfortunate, because that kind of got me with a turn 1 play where I expected her to Ice Beam. and that made me lose the Pharaoh Seed. But anyways, Timber comes in here. I go for the prediction. I go for the knockoff, predicting her to keep the Staryu because Staryu is really good now in the rest of my team. So then here I go Onyx, which might not have been a great play. This was to play around Covet because my Onyx has a Groundium Z, and her coveting would give the Spritzee no item, and give my Onyx a weak armor boost. Unfortunately, she went straight for Moonblast, which is a problem because now my Onyx is almost dead, and that's my main Volibee check gone. Now I assume she probably knows that it's Groundium Z. I expected maybe she's gonna protect to scout for the Z move, so I went for the rocks. Unfortunately, she made a good play. She didn't go for the Z, probably identifying that this Spritzee is not that important anymore, considering what she has left on the team. Volibee can be checked by both these special attackers. So yeah, my Onyx just dies here. Now I can go through Ghastly freely at least. So now I was wondering what do I click here. Ghastly has Sludge Bomb, it has Energy Ball, it has Hidden Power Fighting, and Sucker Punch. Obviously the obvious play would be to Sludge Bomb, but I felt like she was gonna go Pharaoh Seed because Pharaoh Seed is usually a good switch into Ghastly. So I went for the HP Fighting, which unfortunately I got the predict wrong, and then she does a lot of damage with Moonblast with the crit. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Let me see. Did I miss something? This is fine. I kind of figured that. I kind of had the impression if she Moonblasted before on the Timber that she might not be Psychic. Might not be Psychic on the Spritzee. Maybe it's Covet. So that's why I risked the Ghastly here, because I didn't think it was going to be Psychic, but I could have been wrong. Unfortunately, it seems that I was right, and this Spritzee was not Psychic. So she goes to Pharaoh Seed here, and I just decide to go for HP Fighting again, dealing almost half to the Pharaoh Seed, with half with rocks. Now I had to go for the risky plays to try to get back in the groove with because I started off really badly by losing 2 mons. So Ghastly now I have to switch out because Pharaoh Seed lives in the second one. Thunder Wave, that's fine. I went to goes into Timber, and now I go for a double to get Ghastly back into Spritzee, which is the position I want to be in. So here I figure she tried to preserve the Spritzee last time, but so now I can still Sludge Bomb, and she could sack the Spritzee easily, because Spritzee honestly is not that useful because the Timber is paralyzed and could be checked by Volibee and Ghastly. But however, for her, Pharaoh Seed is very risky because I just kill it with HP Fighting. So I figured that predicting those, she would try to go for a mid-ground with Diglett. Diglett can resist Sludge Bomb and live HP Fighting, and then it can Sucker Punch, beat up, or Pursuit if Diglett has it, which is kind of what I was going for. I bet the Diglett had Pursuit, and that was the plan to she would try to get the Diglett in to Pursuit my Ghastly. And honestly, at this point, I have to go for risky plays to try to get back. Fortunately, I get to play right, and Energy Ball, which is a really rare move on Ghastly, manages to get the one-hit KO on Diglett. So this is really good for me. I'm still really far behind, but at least the Diglett's dead, and my Ghastly is a little more safe. It doesn't have to worry about Pursuit anymore. So now I still can't deal with the Staryu, so I'm just gonna sack the Timber here. Fortunately, I get some chip damage on the Staryu, which is gonna be proved to be crucial later on. Now I go to my specially defensive Volibee, which can take anything from the Staryu since the Z was already used. Now I just went for the knock, assuming that it would just deal a lot of damage. I went for Brave Bird, assuming it's going to deal a lot of damage to anything. And then I just killed the Spritzee. Now it goes Ghastly. Unfortunately, from this range at 84%, Ghastly actually kills with Sludge Bomb. So, but I didn't have a better switch in anyways because I didn't want to risk my life or my HP on Ghastly because it was gonna be almost dead anyways. And Ghastly is like basically my win con at this point. So I just sacked the Vullaby. And it turns out she had T-Bolt, so it wouldn't have mattered. I would have died, even if I wasn't full. So now I go Ghastly on Ghastly, and usually it's going to be a speed tie, but thankfully I have Sucker Punch, which kind of complicates things. I decided to go for the Sucker Punch, praying that she was going to go for a speed tie. She did not, which is a good play. She went for Vullaby, but at the same time, by not going for the speed tie, there wasn't a great switch in. Because she can't risk the Staryu, because if I just go for the speed tie, Staryu dies, and that's really problematic for her. So she goes to the Vullaby. Ferroseed obviously still dies to HP fight after rocks. And then I just kill the Vullaby with Sludge Bomb. So that's Vullaby gone. But now Staryu comes in again. Now, I calculated Sucker Punch on this Staryu. It's not a Violite, so it might die, but unfortunately it's 1 HP off. And so I realized that it didn't kill. So I went for Spritzy instead. And now I eat the Hydro Pump. And now I made probably the play that cost me the game. So what I was thinking is, oh, she's gonna preserve the Staryu for sure. So she's gonna go to something like Ferroseed. And Ferroseed, if Ferroseed comes in, it can just Giga Drain up and Giga Drain. And if the Ferroseed Giga Drains over 50%, or at 50% even, Ferroseed just needs 1 HP to be able to live the HP fighting from my Ghastly. So I cannot let Ferroseed recover health after it comes in. So I kind of expect Ferroseed to come in here and just Giga Drain off. So what I wanted to do with this Spritzy is go for Nasty Plot straight away to prevent Ferroseed from out-regenning my Draining Kisses or my Psychics with its Giga Drains. This way I keep my Ghastly win con, and Sucker Punch can clean potentially both of them. What I failed to realize is that Staryu, if Staryu switches out, after it comes in and takes rocks again, now it dies to Sucker Punch. So Lily can't really get the Staryu out because it needs the Staryu at this level of health. That I failed to realize in my few seconds of thinking. So that's a play I didn't realize could happen. But honestly, if I didn't go for Nasty Plot, if she went for Ferroseed, I would have probably lost the game still because of the Giga Drain and potentially the T-Wave as well. So I went for the Nasty Plot, so unfortunately Lily just Hydro Pumps, and now it's over because my Ghastly can't kill this Staryu with Sucker Punch, and I just lose the game. So that was a really close game actually. Well, it was off to a really bad start, but I think I brought it back somehow, and it ended up being really close. If only the Staryu died, my Ghastly would have won. Lily told me later after the game that if I had just attacked with the Spritzy, I would have won because Ferroseed and my Ghastly can deal with both of them with Sucker Punch and Hidden Power fighting. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. I think my play was a fair play, but there's just some things I didn't consider during my decision making, and that cost me the game eventually. But yeah, so this was unfortunate. I really hope I could win this one, especially in SMLC, since it's really by far my favorite tier to play. But hopefully I'll bounce back in the next week, and hopefully I'll be playing SN again. So this is it for this week. Our team, the Remorators, actually tied Lily's team, which is actually not bad because Lily's team is really strong on paper. So team result is okay. My personal result not the best, but at least I had a really close game to show for it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my analysis, and I'll see you guys in the next one.